Hello, adventurers. Tonight, we are going over our character creation for our GenCon D&D adventure, Greystone Ventures VI, the Ashland Hunt. Before I tell you a little bit about this event that we signed up for, let me introduce my fellow players also going to GenCon and playing this game with me. I have Scott, the Dead Professor.
Hey, everybody. How are you today?
I have DM Evanson, David.
How you doing? Good to be here.
And we have a fellow player of Dungeons & Dragons named Andrew.
How's it going, everybody?
All right, so Game Base 7 is running the Greystone Ventures VI, the Ashland Hunts. Greystone is hired to guard a young lord in his manhood ritual. Good luck. Lord Morgan Ashland has engaged Greystone Ventures to escort his son on a manhood ritual practiced by the Ashland family. Fire Salamanders infest the area around a dormant volcano at the center of the Ashland, and the scions of the Ashland family must slay a salamander with their own hands to be considered a man. The only trouble is that Merrick Ashland is a plump, bookish, and utterly hopeless with martial weaponry. Keeping him alive in the untamed Ashlands will be a challenge in its own right. For player character levels 10 to 12. And this company that's running it, Game Base 7, is allowing players to make their own characters levels 10 to 12. So we all chose level 12, maxing out, and we're deciding tonight what to make. And we'll take a minute to go over what we're all thinking. I am thinking about doing a warlock named Roy Angamar, which was a previous character from another campaign that I really didn't get to finish the story arc, so it's a good chance to play an old character at a higher level. Professor, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go with your trend and go with Roy Agramar's brother.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to my brother pulling me out of many dangerous situations that I get us into. DM Evanson, what are you thinking?
I am not set on anything yet, but maybe a druid or a ranger, maybe a cleric, depending on what we need.
Okay.
Up in the air.
And Andrew, what are you thinking about?
In following your guys' lead, a character from a previous campaign, Hugin, which
Nice.
passed, unfortunately, but he was a barbarian.
His life was cut short, but somehow he was brought back, resurrected, and now he's on a new adventure.
So was his ear.
So Hugin was a human in the previous campaign. Is he going to be human again?
I always lean towards humans. I just like fantasizing like you're in that character, so most likely, yes.
Okay. And what about the rest of you? I know you mentioned your classes. I don't think you mentioned your...
Yeah, sticking with what I was. I was a wood elf.
Mm-hmm. Roy Agamar was an infernal tiefling. At some point, he had a celestial patron, but I think we're sticking with the infernal. And they changed the warlock rules a little bit. Let's quickly add to the stage. DM Evanson pulled up GenCon, 17 days and counting. This is an example of what the ticket looks like. Well, not really the ticket, but what the event looks like. It gives a description, the game system you're using, the rules editions 2024. Minimum of 3 players, maximum of 8 players. It is sold out, so we'll be joining this adventure here. And we did contact the dungeon master running it, and he said we could submit these characters. And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to build a character. So I will pull mine up first here. Let me see if I can add it to the stage. I will share my screen. We'll look at the D&D Beyond Character Builder screen. And I'm already into my class, and I'm not going to bore you with all the details of picking spells, but I'll call out some stuff I'm thinking about, and then DM Evanson, Andrew, and the Dead Professor, feel free to jump in and maybe give me some advice. I'm looking at 11 level Warlock with a Fiend Patron and a first level Bard. I like the idea of a Bard. I was going to do 3rd level, but my original character was a first level Bard, and I think I'll stick with it. Do you think anybody even think it's worth the Bard?
What do you get at that level? Like, what kind of package do you get when you take it just at that level 1?
Well, it's going to open up Cure Wounds for you.
Yep, it'll open up a Cure spell.
That you wouldn't have as a Warlock.
Yep. I'll have an instrument and a performance ability, and I will have a couple of bardic inspirations based on my...
I think your level, right?
On my level, yeah. So
There you go.
I'll be able to give those out.
Number of uses is based on your charisma.
Oh, so charisma. My charisma is going to be high for my warlock,
Yeah.
but my bardic inspiration dice is only D6, I
Yeah.
believe, unless it's based on bard levels, which it is. So it'll help a little bit.
Does that help? Does that work as the previous iteration where you could neg, say, the opponent's roll equal to that D6?
No, that's cutting words.
Cutting words is a level 3 ability, which is a reason I was thinking about doing a level 3 bard, because my character likes deception and he likes to call people out and use charisma and deception and cutting words and luck. So
you'd be 3/9.
I would be 3/9.
So you'd have second level bard spells open up for you, which would give you some extra slots because you're only going to have the 2 warlock slots. And
So the only thing I would lose, Professor, would be a fiendish resilience at level 10 and a mystic arcanum, which is 1 level 6 spell.
Yeah.
Do you think the level 2 spells and the cutting words are worth that trade-off?
Depends on what your level 6 spell is because it's fixed. You pick one, and that's what it's always going to be, right?
Correct. Arcane Gate, Circle of Death, Create Undead, Eye Bite, Summon Feed, Tasha's Bubbling Cauldron, and True Seeing. There's an expanded spell list, but I'm going to stay away from that.
Yeah.
I was thinking Summon Fiend. I think that'd be fun. But I have to read if that Fiend is controllable or I just summon something and it attacks everybody.
Yeah.
That could be fun either way.
I think there's always a chance.
Having
Dave's campaign, there is
I'm
always
going to
a
say
chance.
go third level bard.
The question I have with going up in the bard levels is, what level do they get access to their version of haste? Don't they have a song that can increase actions of a player and then it increases the radius?
No, you think that? Yeah.
They could get the haste spell if they were a lore bard.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no.
Well, now a third level bard will give me access to a bard subclass, which sounds pretty fun. The basic core rules are the College of Dance, Glamour, Lore, and Valor. Lore will give me access to some additional skills, but the Glamour class might work well with the Warlock in the sense that I always have Charm Person and Mirror Image prepared, and those are 2 pretty good spells. And I also have a Mantle of Inspiration, which allows me to weave Fey magic and fill a song with dance and vigor, and allows me to expend the Bardic Inspiration dice in order to give people temporary hit points at twice that roll.
If you're going to College of Glamour, you should be a Fey warlock then.
But I like sticking with the Infernal. So
yeah, but I bet you would really like Misty Step 5 times a day.
I don't know if the Dungeon Master would like that. Maybe Roy Angamar switched over and he became more of a Fey.
Well, he did. He switched over to Celestial, so they switched over.
He did. Okay.
He did go through the storyline.
So let's lock in a third level bard with the College of Glamour. And the nice thing about this is a one-off adventure, and we're just having fun with it. It's 3 hours of gameplay we're doing.
Yeah.
So my warlock traits, I am keeping deception and nature because those are part of my background. I was always a good liar, and part of my background was the nature abilities. I was studying nature, and I don't want to change that just for a game. I want to try to be true to it. I have a bunch of invocations at level 1. Agonizing Blast, I think, was something I would always take right away. And then we had Devil Sight was a big one. I always enjoyed the Devil Sight. The level 2 option, we actually did.
Remember, your pact is now.
Oh, I have to change my pact.
No, not your. Sorry,
my patron.
Your patron is different.
Yep. So let's
pact,
change that.
Last time you were Pact of the Tome, your pact is now one of your invocations, and you can take multiple.
I'm going to lose the Dark One's own luck. That was one of my favorite things about the Fiendish class.
So take the lucky feat.
Okay, so let me see if I can change my patron. Is that under my original class? Can't find it.
Let's click Warlock, class feature, level 3. patron.
Oh, level 3 to subclass. So we're going to change from Fetus Patron to Fey. But do I have the Fey in here?
You should.
Oh, Arch. The Arch. It's called Archfey, right?
Archfey.
Yeah.
All right. So going back to the invocations, Agonizing Blast, I think, is required. Devil Sight is still a Warlock feature, right?
Yep.
Was the Ascendant Step the Misty Step, Professor?
No, I
That's
think that's
Levitate.
Levitate. So I'll pick your Pact next.
Pact of the Tome.
Yep, you were told this time.
I did like that. I'll choose those spells later.
Yep.
Level 5 option was, I think, well, I guess I might have enough to take it. Pact the Chain was my imp, but now I might have something different. Do you think I need a creature?
Certainly don't need it, and you never know how DM is going to run with it, so it's a hard maybe.
All right, so I think the Repelling Blast, which is something I also like. Agonizing Repelling is a good combo.
Yep.
I'm going to be able to shoot my Eldritch Blast, moving somebody backwards and causing additional damage.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. My level 5 option is so we're going to skip the Pact of the Chain, and let's see. I thought there was one where I could look like different people. The Mask of Many Faces, I think, is the disguise. I did enjoy that because I'm going to have a high deception skill. Wow, I mean, I don't remember getting this a level 7 option. I'm not even sure what to take now.
Well, it's what you got at 7th level. It's not.
Yeah.
Remember, they changed the invocations a lot. So
Yeah.
Gotcha. And level 9. So I guess I'm going to leave the last two open. I'm going to have to do a little research on this. My level 7 and 9 option. My Pack Magic is going to be kind of fixed. I have Magical Cunning. That's a 2nd level feature. That's going to stay the same. Steps of the Fae is what the professor was talking about. The patron grants you the ability to move between the boundaries of the planes. You can cast Misty Step without expending a spell slot. The number of times equal to the Charisma modifier. Number 1, my Charisma is going to be high. After I step, I can refresh hit points. Or after I step, I can have disadvantage on an attack. I will have an ability score improvement, and I'll probably take Warcaster. We have a Misty Escape at level 6, a Disappearing Step and a Dreadful Step, going along with the whole Archfey step system. We have another ability score improvement at level 8, which might be Spell Sniper. I'm going to look at this, but I'm going to keep trying to increase my Charisma as much as I can to get to 20. And then the level 9, I don't think I've ever used this ability. We have Contact Patron. In the past, I've always contacted my patron, the Archfey in this case, through intermediaries. I can now communicate directly, and I always have Contact Other Plane spell prepared, cast without expending a spell slot. I'm going to have to read up on that spell. I'm going to focus on Deception. I'm going to grab some magic items that are going to help me lie to people and blast people, and basically that is going to be Roy Angamar in a nutshell. The last thing I'll touch upon, which we won't necessarily go over, I'm going to take the Wayfarer background to get lucky. I might try to take a Lucky Feet in there instead of the other one. And I'm still going to be an Infernal Tiefling because I like the red skin and the horns. And the abilities are going to be Standard Array, which will be 12, 13, 14, 15, 10, 8. And then using the feats and the abilities to raise my different scores, trying to get that charisma up to 19 or 20. And that is Roy Angamar in a nutshell. Any comments, guys? What do you think?
I like leaning more into all the positional things. It allows you to do some really interesting things during a turn, especially if we need to grab somebody, get something. I think it's
Andrew, I was saying you like the movement abilities.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I agree with that. It's something I haven't really delved into.
Especially if you play into it, right? Like you got to take the time to analyze the board and what situation you're in. And some of the best memories I had was like you going off on like your own little half-cocked adventures with like Jack, and I can only think that making it better.
Yes, I did enjoy that too. We had some good laughs, much to the chagrin of the other players, but it all worked. It all worked out in the end. Nobody was hurt. That's me doing a deception roll.
That's your interpretation.
That's my interpretation.
Poor donkey.
DM Evanson or Professor, would you like to pull something up and maybe share with us?
You ready, Dave?
I guess so.
Again, subject to change. This is our initial thought process for the GenCon adventure, the Greystone Ventures VI, the Ashland hunts. But remembering, I believe this young lord has to get the killing blow, so we'll have to weaken the salamander. And these salamanders, I believe, they're near a volcano, so this is a very fire-based adventure.
Yeah. Going with Gloomstalker, the Ranger.
Very cool.
Well, with Perception, Nature, Athletics, obviously come a little spellcasting, get favorite enemy. I went with Short Sword, Long Sword. Actually, was I going to do that? Actually, I thought I was going to change that.
Maybe a bow.
Yeah, I thought
yeah,
I actually selected that. I think these are additional because I don't see it in there.
Okay, well, we can always go back to it. But basically, you can pick 2 weapons to be your favorite weapons. I believe you can change them after a long rest.
Yeah,
And
because
there
I
should
got
be
fighting
weapons.
stuff. Where is the actually other one? Let me jump down real quick. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I just had that. Why is it not there? There's short bow. Oh, there it is. Long bow. Okay. And I'll change this to long sword. Boom. So yeah, long sword, long bow. I like ranged weapons. Language right now. Bissell, probably just gonna stick with perception as well, maybe dwarven. I don't know what other language would be appropriate for this. For my fighting style, probably gonna go this for the spell extra. I don't really know if the
Druidic warrior or a
because unless you could think of a reason, I thought maybe a little extra spell ability or something would be a little more useful
I
than.
think with a one shot, you really focus on these little extra abilities as opposed to fluff as much. My one fluff piece is nature, and
Yeah.
that actually might come into effect. But like, this is not a campaign you're running, DM Evanson, so
Yeah.
the other background stuff really doesn't matter. Just try
Yeah,
to
that's
make
why I
it.
was going to grab the extra stuff like the Thunderclap and Thorn Whip. It would be something a little extra to do on my turn if I need something, or a little creative, then, an extra defense on a fighting style or something random. Gloomstalker as my subclass. To get the Dread Ambusher, and then the abilities, score improvement. I took Archery. Gives me a +2 bonus when making range attack. And then that's really it. At 12th, I don't know. I could do Savage Attacker, so I can once per turn at least make sure one of my damage rolls are going to be good, or what? Not really sure
Mhm.
what else would be beneficial for us or me.
So one of the rangers in one of our campaigns does have he has the ability to bypass cover with one of these sniper
Oh,
attacks.
actually,
But I don't
yeah,
know how many other game masters add armor class for cover. How often do you pull it up, DM Evanson?
not often. But then again, we don't really have any range people.
Okay. Okay.
I think if you guys used a bow once, it was
Well, it
very
also lets him shoot in hand to hand, doesn't it?
Oh, that's a big one too. If you
yeah,
go
that's
an
very
all
useful.
bow and you
Okay.
have some sort of one of our range characters has +9 to hit, and he can fire in hand to hand.
What's that called?
Used to be crossbow expert that gave it to you, even though it wasn't for a crossbow.
Yeah.
Crossbow expert, yeah. Bringing 5 feet of an enemy doesn't impose disadvantage on your attack. No, that's with crossbows now.
Yes, I believe maybe
It's,
you could have the handheld crossbows. So,
no.
DM Evans said, any interest in poisoning your ranger weapons? Is there
I
any way
mean,
you
if
can
that's,
poison?
if that's an option, if poison's available, that could be an option. Could take poisoner.
It's sharpshooter, Dave.
Ah,
Bypass cover and file and melee, and you don't get disadvantage at long range.
Oh, no disadvantage at long range. A longbow is a 600-foot range with no disadvantage.
Yep.
So you can
did I not
sit
see
back.
it?
Sharpshooter.
Unless it's a extended rules.
It should be one of the
Base.
feats.
Is that the no penalty to
Shadow
shooting
touch and
combat?
sharpshooter.
All right, so archery staying.
Should be 2 after Savage Attacker.
I have shadow touch, shield master, skilled expert. Yeah, I don't have
Why
sharp
are you
shield
not seeing the full list?
unless it's
It's core rules.
unless it's an ability now.
No, because I see it on my list. I could take it.
Should be a feat. David, can you find one of the drop downs for any of your feats?
Yeah,
And
we
we'll see
can't
what
see the
pops
drop
up.
down is the problem.
Oh no.
Can you click on the drop down for
Yeah,
any
we won't see it, Roy. When he clicks on the
No,
drop.
if he's sharing his screen, he will, right?
No.
Nope.
Oh, I
Which
got
is
you. Okay.
not
All right.
sure why.
All right. So
yeah,
that's
you're not seeing the
that's
feats, Dave, because the feat list should start with alert, athlete, charger, chef, crafter, crossbow expert.
Starts with ability score improvement, alert,
Yeah.
archery, blah blah blah.
Yeah, there's a bunch not showing on yours for some reason.
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's something we'll look into. You can look into further on your own. Let's continue on with.
Yeah, but that's basically it.
David, you going to do a 12th level, no level dip in anything? It's going to be 12 levels of Gloomstalker.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, cool. So we have a Tiefling of the Archfey, a Warlock, with 3 levels of Bard. We have a 12th level Ranger. They're going to be 8 in this group, and of those 8, is it 4 of us playing?
We're
Yep.
Or is
4
it more?
games.
So 4, 50% of the party is going to be us.
Yep. All right. You want to
Professor, are you ready to share what you might do?
Yeah. Throwing it up. If it'll let me. That. Oh, share that. Go. Should have it to see now. All right, so
David just did it.
sir. Abjurer Wizard. Previously, he was a homebrewed theurgy wizard, which gave him a touch of cleric. So I took care of that by going with the acolyte background. So we started in a temple. In this case, it was a secluded grove where his mother was a druid, which was in his backstory. So he has the magic initiate cleric version, playing it as druid with resistance, spare dying, and cure wounds. And he's got his bonus for intelligence there. He's got +2 intelligence, +1 to wisdom. And then in wizard, core wizard, spellcasting, ritual adept, arcane recovery, scholar, we went with perception because that was always his thing. He had very high perception. Wizard subclass is abjurer. Abjuration savant, arcane vigor and shield. He gets the arcane ward ability, which will let him have a pool at 12th level of 24 hit points of shield, which given the nature of this mission to protect our ward. He has projected ward, so he can actually use that 24 hit points of protection on the noble we're supposed to be protecting if he's within 30 feet of him. Ability score improvement 1. He took Warcaster for concentration, bonus to intelligence. Memorize spell is just on a short rest, changing a spell. Next ability score improvement, he took spell sniper for the increase to intelligence, bypass cover, and cast in melee. It also gives him the benefit of any spells that had a range of 10 feet with an attack roll now have a range of 60 feet, increase the range by 60 feet. So my 20 and 30 foot spell ranges become 80 and 90 feet. 10th level, he has Spellbreaker, so he's always going to have Counterspell, Dispel Magic prepared. And he will not burn a spell slot if he fails to counterspell it or to dispel it, which is a nice perk. And then finally, stayed Wizard for 12th level, and I took Telekinetic. Because as we've learned in a previous game, grapple has become the name of the game, and getting people out of grapple is critical.
Yeah.
I like the Abjura. It's the one I almost took. I do like the Diviner also, but I thought the Abjura would be a better maybe type of wizard. Less fun, but more reliable. I mean, not burning that counterspell is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a wood elf, elven lineage, so he will get Pass Without Trace and Longstrider as spells for being a wood elf, as well as Druidcraft, and a speed of 35. Keen senses, he took Perception. Languages, he took Dwarvish and Goblin. And ability scores, standard array. 8 strength, 14 dex, 12 con, 15 intelligence, 13 wisdom, 10 charisma, with the +2 to intelligence gives him a 17, and then the 3 feats will give him a 20, and the +1 to wisdom giving him a 14 there.
Sounds like you have it down. The projected ward is something you see in Baldur's Gate 3 a lot. Gale, I think, has his original class.
If you make him the Abjura, like he stays.
It was the Abjura. I think when I started with him, he was the Abjura, and then I saw these wards kept popping up. I wasn't even sure how often you can use them. I guess it was equal to the proficiency bonus. I believe it's in that game, but it's cool. Like, you see the damage, and it just says a 0 next to it.
Yeah, it's once a day, but then every time you cast an abjuration spell, it reloads it. So twice the level of the spell, the abjuration spell you cast. So my ward will have 29 hit points. Whenever you take damage, it comes off the ward. If it goes to 0, you take any remaining. While the ward has 0, it doesn't do anything, but the magic remains. Whenever you cast an abjuration spell with a spell slot, the ward regains a number of hit points equal to twice the spell level. So I can reload it by burning spell slots. And then if you want to, just as a bonus action, you can burn a spell slot to reload the ward as well.
Okay, 2 questions. 1, if you do projected ward on somebody else and it burns through the hit points or the shielding points, does it go to you or to the victim?
If it overflows the ward, it would go to the victim.
Okay. Second, what is your highest? We're not picking spells out now. To go through all that would take too much time. What is your highest level spell at level 12?
At 12, it should be 6th, I believe. 1/6 level spell. So
okay, that's a big question right there. What is that 6th level spell? We don't know.
Good one. Make it a good one.
Make it a good one.
Disintegrate.
There you go.
Oh, Disintegrate's an option?
Yeah, Disintegrate, Chain Lightning. Actually, in the campaign we played previously, my first 6th level spell was Contingency.
What is that?
Lets me make a contingent spell, so when a condition happens, the other spell automatically casts. So that's how I had the Contingency healing spell on myself. So when I got knocked to 0, I stood back up.
Cool. What about Globe of Invulnerability? I feel like
I think
that might be good for this situation, being inside a volcano. Is that anything that we can talk about?
No, it's only going to block spells.
Yeah.
Not going to block anything from nature. So lava, and it doesn't block creatures. So
All right, so it's something to think about. You could spend, honestly, an hour or two looking at every spell, trying to make that decision.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to have a full level 12 wizard. That's getting really to the upper echelons of power there. We are really throwing some big spells around.
Wall of light, wall of stone.
Are we bringing our own miniatures to this, or are we?
know if he's using minis.
We don't
Not
know.
sure. I mean,
Yeah.
if you wanted to bring yours, you
Certainly
could.
bring
We
minis.
have-
Put it in a little like dice case or something
Yeah.
to keep it secure. And
Yeah, we have. I mean, we have minis for everybody, right? We have all these characters.
Yep.
Okay, let's switch over to Andrew. Andrew, are you able to pull up your screen, and we'll be able to
Yes, I already did that.
share it. Okay, let's
Should be
pull
up already.
Professor. I see it coming up. Okay, well, we are able to see your screen. You're able to see your screen. So, Andrew, what are you thinking?
So initially I said I was thinking about going with Berserker, but I still love the idea of the previous character I did, doing
BRB.
the Wild Heart Barbarian, where they're practically like a shaman almost, you would say.
Okay.
And what I did in that previous one, which I like to do here, is go into the whole aspect of like you're just a wall, right? And you're using your abilities to increase your group's, either movement speed or making yourself tougher. So what I did is I went into weapon mastery with things that can be used with a shield. So either a spear and a shield to go more in the lines of like positioning yourself in an area where it will help your group, nothing get past you. So I like the trident quite a bit. It's got a good profile and also has topple, which I think is very strong. Be able to
What
knock
does the topple
enemies
skill
down.
do? Can you read that to us?
Yes. So if a creature hit by this weapon, you force it to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 8 plus the modifier, and on a failed save, the creature is prone.
Nice.
So that's good if they're trying to get past you, trying to get away from you.
And then, Professor, if we have a prone bad guy, we have advantage on their next attack if they're prone.
Melee has advantage to hit him. Ranged has disadvantage.
Okay, and then the barbarian level 12 should get multiple attacks.
Yes.
So
Yeah, he'll get
you'll
three
be able
attacks.
to topple. You'll be able to topple them hopefully in the
Three
first
attacks.
hit, and then I mean there might be other ways we get advantage, but I mean the topple skill sounds good. Topple skill, especially if something's getting away, we're trying to kill a salamander or catch something. Maybe that'll slow them down. Half movement to get up. They won't be able to get away as fast.
That's like going to be my two-handed weapon, but primarily I'm going to be doing a spear and a shield, or javelin and a shield, because I want to. If you look down here, for one of my first proficiencies, I'm taking Sentinel,
Okay.
which makes it where if a creature enters within 5 feet of me, takes a disengage action, I can make an attack of opportunity against that creature. And when that creature is hit, its speed ability score becomes 0 for the current turn.
Oh, nice. I like that. Yeah, another good one. You park yourself next to another character, and you stop everybody from getting away.
You can also take an attack. You take that reaction attack against them if they attack somebody within 5 feet of you, I believe.
Yes.
So if he goes to hit, one of the squishy people next to you, you can smack him.
That is correct. If they attack or take a hit on an ally. The other thing, like I said, is the aspects of like, pull it over here. So like bear is resistant to every damage type except force, necrotic, physic, and radiant. So very good against fire, physical.
Yeah.
Which is usually the one when you're trying to be tanky that you would take, but the other ones are very good as well. But going down here, I took Sentinel.
Are you drawn to that animal aspect where you can take on the form of the wolf, the bear, the eagle, as in a role playing sense or in a storytelling
Yeah,
sense.
I always was intrigued by the druid, but it never had like when I think of a shaman, I think of like debuffing people and like using nature to like help the group and whatnot.
Okay.
Kind of like a thinking like that traditional nomadic like hermit that wanders the wilds.
Yeah. I like
The
that.
other,
I like that.
the other thing I was going to ask is that level 6, I get to choose another aspect. And I was reading the three. I have to choose one of the three out of these, and I really couldn't put my finger on
Well, okay,
which one
take a
to
minute
take.
to read it to us, and we'll take a look at it.
So I choose one of these. One is the aspect of the owl. My dark vision becomes 60 feet, and if I have dark vision, it's increased by 60. Uh, Panther, my climb speed becomes equal to my speed. And Salmon, my swim speed becomes equal to my speed.
I think for this particular adventure, the first two, either owl or panther. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, owl is even owl. I don't think will be.
I think Panther, yeah.
I think panther will. You'll get the
I
most.
think we'll be inside a volcano and on rocky terrain. And I
Yeah,
think there'll be walls. And somebody with a climb speed
yeah.
means they don't have to take checks to climb. Is that correct?
I thought it was
No.
your climb speed is halved of your
Yeah,
movement.
yeah. Normally it'd be basically you can move your normal movement when you do climb.
So if
That
there's
was,
areas of, if we're inside a volcano or inside a big cave where the salamanders are, if there's terrain that's angled or walled, and the dungeon master says, "Oh, this is difficult terrain because you have to climb up it," you're going to be able just to run up it. I think that Panther is the most solid choice, in my opinion.
now, Dave, question for you. Would that also include run? So if I did a run action, would that my climb speed be equal
Yes.
I
to?
don't. Yeah, if he allows that, yeah. Yep.
It's interesting. Going forward to level 8, I chose Shield Master.
Oh, that's a good one.
I was
So
gonna say somebody should. I was thinking about taking a fighter to take Shield Master just to I could save them. But yeah, that's great.
Well, Shield Master is not Shield Mastery. So
Oh,
that's
okay,
protection fighting style, Dave, the one that we use all
okay.
the time to
Oh,
block
I'm mixing it up too.
crits.
that's a fighter ability, correct?
It's a fighting style, which I think you can take as a feat.
Hmm.
Um,
This is
The
looking
protection lets you. Well, Professor, let
but
me ask this.
Shield Master is kind of redundant on you, Andrew, because you already have that dexterity savings throw thing, which is what
yeah, to
Shield
make them
Master
prone.
gives. No, you have topple to make them prone, but isn't scroll down isn't the second ability of Shield Master interpose shield if you're subjected to the effect that allows you to make a dex save
To
for
be like,
half damage.
yeah.
But don't you have that already as a barbarian?
No, that was the previous one. I checked
Oh,
for
okay.
that. The only thing I was thinking about is switching, like not wielding a shield and taking polearm mastery.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Well, look see if there's weapon master. See if there's what is it called? Fighting style. Is that one you
fighting
can take?
style.
So while he looks that up, Professor, isn't one of the things though, if he takes the Shield Master and he takes the weapon with the tridents, and he needs to, as a reaction, you only can use one reaction. He'd have to pick if it's a shield bash or if it's an attack. Is there overlap there with the reaction?
Well, shield bash is not a reaction. Shield bash
Okay,
is if you attack a creature
Yeah.
within 5 feet of you as a part of the attack action, you can shield bash them. The other one
Impose.
is a savings to throw thing. It's interpose shield, but it's not interposing the shield between a weapon and somebody. It's interposing the shield between you and a spell as a reaction to take half damage.
Yeah.
so if he's getting blasted with a spell, he uses that reaction. If somebody's close by, he'd use the other reaction. So he's not overlapping and wasting a reaction.
Right. If the other one's available, but I don't know if it's available to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, like I said, the only could go into Polearm Mastery, which is very good. It lets you make a reactionary attack if someone enters your melee range, and if you're using a reach weapon, that's expanded to 10 feet. So very good at like positioning yourself somewhere and like you can't come past me, because if you get hit, if you hit them, you can turn their speed into 0 by having Sentinel as well. So they synergize very well together.
Yes. So what other abilities are going on there? I see a Brutal Strike. I see a Weapon Mastery at 10th level.
So Brutal Strike is just a generic barbarian trait.
I mean, that Forceful Blow looks pretty serious. The target is pushed 15 feet straight away from you. You can then move up to half your speed towards it.
Yeah.
Without provoking up. You can just push. I mean, it's limited to a size, but if something's closing in on a squishy character, you can push them away and basically just kind of save somebody.
Yeah.
I think there.
So you do an extra 1d8 damage, 1d10 damage, and you get to impose one of those either Forceful Blow or the
Hamstrung.
yeah. It was great. You clear a doorway, you could start opening up lanes, and the follow up without the opportunity attacks is a way to get some extra movement too. So that's nice.
That's interesting.
So is it the Weapon Mastery, Andrew, for 10th level? It's a second choice.
I actually get 4 choices for Weapon Mastery, so I'm specializing in 4 weapons.
Okay.
Barbarians get that every couple of levels, which is very interesting.
Doing a quarterstaff?
I was thinking about doing Quarterstaff. If I switch to the Sentinel, I'm going to switch to a Reach two-hander, which will most likely be a Trident. Either a Trident or a Halberd.
You're sounding very Greek Spartan hoplite.
I don't think Trident has reach.
Yeah, I don't think Trident has reached their Aquaman.
Correct. It would probably be Halberd
that does the most damage? What's the biggest, baddest polearm that does the most damage?
That would be the Halberd.
Yeah.
I think you should definitely have one of those just in case.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a halberd.
1d10 slashing with cleave, so you also get the AoE ability from it.
I like that. I think Andrew, I think that would be a good choice. I think that's important.
What is the weapon mastery on two-handed sword now?
Two-handed sword is Graze.
Oh, so it always does damage.
Oh, that's nice. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, there is a huge list of these different weapon masteries in the 2024 edition, which I think does add a lot to the game and really makes barbarian and fighters have a lot of options that other classes might not have. Right? I mean, you have access to a lot.
Yeah, gives you a little more flavor, a little more not just damage. You can apply other effects.
Let's move on to the rest of your stuff. There, you have what's a nature speaker? I don't even know what that is. Andrew.
I was just going to go over that. With the Path of the Wild Heart, starting at level 3, you get the ability to cast Beast Sense and speak with animals, which can be very useful. But at level 10, you get Nature Speaker, which lets you cast Commune with Nature as a ritual, and Wisdom is your spell casting ability for it. And Commune with Nature is very very good in my opinion, because it allows you to pretty much like sense everything in that area. Bring it. Pulling it up right now.
And then we have a Relentless Rage. What's that?
So if my hit points drop to 0,
okay.
If my hit points drop to 0, I don't die outright. I can make a con save of 10. If I succeed, my hit points are changed to the number equal to my level. So I get back up if I'm boxed, pretty much.
Yeah, so basically you'll get 12 HP.
Yeah.
It's great.
Which is nice.
Yeah, and DC 10 is like nothing.
But let's take a step back and read the second line.
So each time you use this feature after the first, the DC is increased by 5. So you can keep on doing it. It's just going to get much more difficult.
Yeah, well,
so we're at a 10, a 15. Can he make a 20? Probably.
That's about
25. It. So almost two definites, and maybe 3 or 4. We don't know.
That's
especially cool, if now question: if you're if you're brought to 0 and say someone has a bonus to saving throws on you, do all effects cease on you? Would you get that bonus on that roll?
You keep the bonuses until you die.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be good,
If
especially
you had
with
less on you, you would get a plus D4 to that. Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because at 0, you're not actually dead. It's when you fail 3 death saves, right? That's
Yeah.
when you're dead.
Yeah.
Or if you killed outright by doing your hit points maximum plus the damage, which probably won't happen at level
this
12.
level, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, with Nature Speaker, I just pulled that up. It lets you commune with nature, and you could pretty much query locations of settlement, portals, planes of existence, locate a challenge rating 10 creature that's celestial, elemental, fiend, fey, undead.
Oh, that might be useful.
Yep. The most prevalent kind of plant, mineral, beast in your area, locations of bodies of water. So I can see it being useful, and it's pretty flavorful.
I like it. I like it.
But yep.
So, Warlock, Ranger, Wizard,
For now.
Barbarian.
Right now.
For now, unless people change their mind. There will be 4 other players. We had a discussion of maybe having a cleric, because if somebody else brings a cleric, but they have friends, maybe they won't heal us. Professor, will you have some healing spells?
I have Cure Wounds.
All right, and I will take Cure Wounds also. Again, these are low-level spells, just enough to keep you up.
Well, they're whatever level you cast them at.
Sure.
Oh, so you'll be able to cast a 5th level Cure Wounds?
I cast a 6th level Cure Wounds. A lot of healing.
Wow.
There's a lot of healing.
Wow. My levels are more limited, and I really have to read up on the Warlock spell slots, and I think they get 3 or 4. I don't even know.
Hopefully, we'll get a few potions too, or some basic gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did the email say what gear to pick? Was it uncommon, or did he say nothing about that?
He didn't say anything about that. I would go with what the DM's guide says and just present them with basic magic items, nothing crazy. 12th level. What does the DM's guide say you're supposed to have again?
Yeah, so the DM's guide does have a list of items based on the level, and when we made up our newest campaign in Erendor with Myra's End, that was how we decided what magic items they started with, and I gave them bonus healing potions. But let's pull down and add. Oh, let me pull down this one, and let's add the stage professor is on D&D Beyond.
Trying to find it.
And he's looking up the magic items.
Where is it?
It's in the players, right? Yeah.
So, Andrew, are you excited to play some high-level D&D, even if it's a one-shot?
I am. I've been dying to play. So I'm very excited for this, and I know we have I believe a couple other events that we're gonna try as well. So can't wait.
Yeah. So I'm also in Grim Hollow number 4, and it looks like you're in that too. Grim Hollow number 4, and I'll just mention this as we look up the rules. Grim Hollow number 4, the Battle of Waldstein. The threat at Waldstein reveals itself. Rally around your fellow adventurers to take part in this adventure levels 1 to 4. So we're playing a high level and a low level. My academic dead professor managed to find the magic items by level, and you want to go over that, Scott?
Sure. So in tier 2, so by 10th level, which is what his lower end of the spectrum was.
Yeah.
A group, so 4 players would be a group, should find 10 common items, 17 uncommon, 6 rare, and a very rare. So I think if we all went in with a rare item, 2 uncommons, and 2, even a rare, 3 uncommons, and 2 commons would not be unreasonable based on this.
So if you show up with 2 healing potions, maybe a ring of protection, maybe a +1 armor.
Remember, healing potions you can just buy with gold.
Yeah.
So if you have starting gold, they're not even magic.
Yeah, the starting, that's probably would be more hard to get than magic item.
Mm-hmm. Now the warlock, there is a warlock rod or something like that. Gives me extra spell slot.
Rod of the Pack Keeper.
Rod of the Pack Keeper. That's a rare. But you take the +1. You don't take the +3. I mean,
well, +1. +1 is uncommon, I think.
Yeah, so I think I probably want to take that. Dave, what are you thinking for a possible magic item for a ranger? Are you thinking magic bow? A magic arrow, maybe?
Probably just if arrows are available, I'd go that route because that'd give me more utility than a standard +1. Rather have some different types of damaging output.
Yep. Andrew, what do you think for a barbarian? You're gonna try to grab a magic trident, at least a +1 trident.
I'm actually currently looking at the halberds, so I'd like some clarification on what rarity, because believe it or not, there are quite a bit of magical halberds in here.
Yeah, you could probably do one rare. Like I said, one rare, 2 or 3 uncommons, and 2 commons is probably not unreasonable.
Mm-hmm. And Professor, what about you? What do you think would be a good item for a level 12 wizard?
I don't know. I really haven't. I mean, our campaigns haven't gone that high, so I haven't even looked at items kind of at that level.
Come on, we're halfway there.
We're slowly getting there. Yeah, in our current campaign with DM Evanson, we are level 6. We just got leveled up. Although it isn't a bad spot. We're in the Feywild. And a little goblin just squished a bunch of pixies, turned into pixie juice, and now we're kind of trapped there. But but we leveled up, so everybody's very happy about that.
Yeah.
Andrew did have a unique character creation idea he ran past me earlier.
Why don't we end with that? What was Andrew's unique idea?
He wanted me and him to play the twins.
Yep.
Why don't you tell
No, but then I have to kill you guys.
what the twins are.
I mean, the enemy of your enemy, right, is your friend.
Dave, what are the
I'd rather fail the mission.
There's 2 wood elf antagonists that I created with a group. Heroes. Unspoken heroes.
These are DMM's personal characters. And
some NPCs that
antagonists level 20.
Well, not initially, but they get there.
Were you afraid that they were going to be killed when
there's always a chance for them to get killed?
When the Dragonborn just starts beating on them with a giant axe?
I mean, I had a bunch of outs, but I wanted to see how far I'd go without using that. But you got close. It definitely got close. That was close.
So this is that's kind of it for our 2025 group character creation for GenCon. We're going to work on these characters offline and kind of flesh them out. At some point, somewhere, maybe we'll be able to post them if anybody's interested in reading them. We do different character creations for our campaigns, and if that's something that's interest you, comment down below. The best way to support it is to subscribe. You can find DM Evanson on the Instagram at DM_Evanson. That's EVENSEN. Follow him. Myself and the Professor. We're at Dark Alchemy Ltd. On YouTube, which you're watching, on the Podbean, and
hopefully, go ahead. Sorry.
Good.
No, hopefully we'll do a recap when we get back. I have some photos
we'll
and
do a recap of all our GenCon adventures.
And see how it goes.
We will be walking around GenCon. We're going to try mostly to enjoy ourselves, but I'll have my cell phone and my microphones, and we'll try to do some interviews. And we're going to try to set up just more content. We try to bring you content for strictly all things Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm looking to see if we can see maybe the Horrified game there for D&D. I'm not sure if Ravensburger's game is going to be there. I'd like to see it. Actually, we do want to own that.
I think it'll be there.
And there's some other D&D board games, Lords of Waterdeep, which we enjoy, but there's some other ones like The Ghost of the Salt Marsh is a Dungeons and Dragons book, which I just borrowed from DM Evanson to write my Swamp campaign to look up some stuff there. But they have a board game version of it, and I don't understand what the board game is like. If it's supposed to be a campaign board game and it's linked to other ones or standalone, so I want to see if I can see any D&D board games specifically before I actually buy them. I thought that'd be kind of cool, and try to find some new D&D miniatures and see kind of what's out there, and maybe even win a Kill It Keep It miniature, Red Dragon, where we're going to be fighting in a constant line. I told a friend about this, and she said that is it like a pinata? I'm like, that's a pretty good analogy. So everybody takes one swing, and the last person who breaks the pinata gets the candy, or at least the beginning of the candy. So I feel like we're going to take a swing and get burned to a crisp by this dragon and then go to the back of the line And then eventually it's going to have no hit points left, and the last person to kill it will win a $99 WizKids miniature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's one of the out of print ones too.
Yeah.
Or
All you got to do
har-
is survive one round of its attacks, and you get soul coins for everyone else to get yourself bonuses.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
was
Some reason,
reading a
He
little
sent
bit
out a
about that.
video. I don't know if you saw. He sent out a video, YouTube
Yeah.
link.
I haven't watched it yet. I need to watch it. And basically, you build up the soul coins in order to give other bonuses. And it did say something about working as a team, so I can give the bonus to you, Scott.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
I mean, ideally, I'll just buff each other. Hopefully one of us will get it.
Andrew, are you in on that big fight?
I don't think he is.
I think maybe that was one of them that was sold out immediately, but I will have general tickets, and most likely we'll try and get in on that.
I'm going to pull it up right now.
Yeah, he's not.
We'll close with this here. The Tower of Gaigarn, Kill It, Keep It, the adult Red Dragon one. There's actually a bunch of different ones. We've had the Red Dragon one. So reincarnate and power up your character in battle after battle until a monster dies. Final critical hit keeps a miniature. Ooh, I'd have to double check the ruling on that. The final crit, is that the final 20?
I think he just
I think it's
might be
final.
word. Yeah, I think it's final.
Okay,
hit.
final hit. Okay. Join the endless ranks of hero fodder adventurers. March to the face of the monster in its lair. No loss of life is too much for the grieving emperor who wants vengeance. Adventurers fight and die quickly to be reincarnated until the evil creature is slain. Improve your character each death in a roguelike fashion with permanent benefits. Plays multiple classes that work together or in competition to kill the creature and land the killing blow, which awards your own collectible as trophy of your victory. Endless players' lives, and someone will eventually walk away with this valuable figure. GM's decisions are final. Winning players from each table will compete in a critical hit roll-off and take home this premium miniature. Oh, it's multiple tables. I didn't realize the end thing there. Place. You know what? I'll roll some dice.
Some of them are different because they have different numbers of players in some of them. But yeah.
Okay. This is 21 player max, and I believe
Yeah.
it is sold out. Very good. Very good. All right, gentlemen,
This
fellow
was 18
adventurers.
available. You want to try and grab one, Andrew?
Oh, it does.
Yes. Yeah, I'll try and grab one then. If you haven't seen it, if you'll be able to send me a link to that, I'll just get it right now.
Yep. All right, sounds good. So GenCon, 17 days and counting.
16.
So fast.
It's not midnight yet.
16.
16 days and counting, and we're taking the long drive there from the island. And
11 hours.
All right, gentlemen. Thank you for creating characters, and I look forward to seeing you at the convention.
Yeah.
All right.
Well then.
Good
Have a
night.
good one, everybody.
Good night.